When old Chukwu fell ill, he called his 4 children, Nneka, Chinedu, Adaora, and Emeka, into his study. His voice trembled like dry leaves. "This land," he said, "has fed our family for generations. When I die, it will be yours." He handed each child a sealed map and disappeared into peaceful sleep. The maps glowed faintly under the oil lamp. Each brother and sister felt pride, but also a secret ache in their hearts. They did not know that this gift carried mysterious power, a blessing for unity, a curse for greed. That night, the maps whispered in the dark, drawing the children into dreams of gold and glory. When dawn came, old Chukwu was gone, and with him, the old peace of Kasubi village. In Mr. Obi's office at the county registry, the 4 siblings met. Maps spread across a wooden desk. Chinedu tapped his phone, a cracked screen smartphone imported from Lagos, to check the GPS. "Our father said equal shares," he reminded. Adaora frowned, tracing boundaries with her finger. "Half my section touches the stream," she warned. Emeka grinned. "Then I'll take the hill." Nneka, the oldest, sighed and whispered, "Do not argue. We need brotherly trust." But their voices rose like distant drums, echoing off concrete walls. The registry officer shuffled papers as a sudden app crash wiped Chinedu's digital survey. Everyone gasped. Technology had glitched at the worst moment. Frustration burned in their eyes. Still, they signed the deeds, believing this was the end of it, never guessing it was only the beginning of their troubles. 6 months later, corn tassels waved gold across each child's plot. Adaora invited a local engineer to install an irrigation sensor in the middle of the night. The sensor beeped furiously, though the stream was full. Adaora ran to find the pipes dry and the water diverted into Chinedu's section. He shrugged the next morning. Maybe a leak. But everyone knew sensors never lie. Jealous words flickered like embers. Nneka tried to calm them. "We shall fix it together." Yet Chinedu's laughter stung Adaora, and Emeka's shrug cut deeper. That afternoon, Adaora discovered footprints, bare and muddy, leading to her field. A trick or a curse? Even the ancestors seemed restless. The harvest ended in silence, each sibling blaming the other, under a cloud of suspicion. On a rainy afternoon, Nneka's old tablet, long unused, buzzed with a notification. "Father miss you." Shocked, she opened a message. "Guard the land or perish." The screen flickered and died. She showed the tablet to her siblings in Adaora's living room. Chinedu sneered. "A prank from the registry?" Emeka's eyes narrowed. "What if?" But he stopped. Each felt a chill. That night, Adaora dreamed of their father's ghost holding out a burning torch. He opened his mouth, but no words came. Instead, fire danced in his palms. Adaora woke screaming, the torchlight lingering. When dawn broke, the tablet lay in ashes. No one spoke of it, but deep inside, they all felt a warning. Their father's blessing was turning to fury. During the Firefly Festival, a celebration replaced by fireworks in the village square, Emeka showed off his new drone, equipped with a camera to map his fields. As he flew it low, the drone's battery died, and it crashed into Chinedu's land, setting dry grass alight. Flames licked the night, and villagers ran to help, but Emeka hesitated. In the glow, he saw his sister Adaora rushing past, buckets of water in hand. Their eyes met across the flame, both filled with guilt and blame. After the fire died, Emeka found his drone melted, and Adaora's field half charred. Under neon festival lights, laughter mixed with worry. The smoke curled toward the smoky moon, whispering that brother would soon turn on brother. Nneka stood before the ancestral shrine in her home, clutching a small bell. She rang it gently, asking for forgiveness and guidance. The shrine replied only in silence. She vowed to repair fences, share seeds, and restore peace. At breakfast, she spoke of unity. Her words fell flat like cold yam. Chinedu tossed her a bitter grin. You can't fix what's broken? Adaora's tears fell on her porridge when she heard her own name blamed for the fire. Emeka slammed the table and stormed out. Their father's name lay between them like a broken promise. All Nneka could do was pray that the spirits of old would save them from themselves. At the Umuna market, siblings sold yams grown on their plots. A buyer paid Chinedu more than Adaora's fresh harvest. She confronted him. That's unfair. Chinedu tugged his cap. It's supply and demand. Their spat drew a crowd. One elder whispered to Nneka, land divides, but so does family. She paid Adaora extra to calm the crowd, but Adaora's cheeks burned. Emeka smirked and sold his yams at double price, bragging online. A viral video mocked Adaora's meager stall. Humiliation stung her pride. Later, she found a note pinned to her door. Just like father said, curse your greed. No signature, only the burning warning of what lay ahead. Months later, Chinedu's drone, bought to survey water channels, shot a strange video at night. Flickering lights dancing in Adaora's field. He laughed until he saw a shadowy figure with his father's face, torch in hand. The drone fell silent, files corrupted. Chinedu played it for Emeka, who turned pale. Is this father? Adaora gasped when shown the clip. No one dared ask what it meant. That night, lightning struck the ancestral yam barn. No one was hurt, but the barn was lost. The ghost video spread, and villagers whispered, the land is angry. The siblings began to believe it too, and fear each other even more. Feeling trapped, Adaora and Nneka met secretly in Nneka's garage, now converted into a small shrine room with old family relics. Adaora placed her palm on Nneka's shaky hand. We must end this. Nneka nodded and retrieved her father's torn will hidden in a secret drawer. It named a caretaker, not equal heirs, choosing the one who showed unity. They decided to find the caretaker clause and restore peace. As they examined the will under flashlight, smart bulbs flickered, cutting power. The torn page slipped from Adaora's hand and flew into darkness. They stumbled after it, hearts pounding. Their pact felt fragile like a leaf in a storm. They didn't see the shadow watching from the doorway. At sunrise, Emeka found Nneka's unlocked garage and took the torn will page. He read the caretaker's name, himself. He laughed, but the laughter cracked. He posted the news on social media, bragging that he would own all the land. Chinedu cheered him on, while Adaora and Nneka woke to angry comments online. They raced to the garage, but Emeka had vanished. Behind them, a wall sconce fell, shattering plaster. The caretaker claws glowed briefly on the wall in blood-red paint. They realized their brother's pride would destroy them all if they didn't stop him first. That night, a violent storm swept through Kasubi village. Rain pounded tin roofs and lightning illuminated the Dam of Secrets. Chinedu, drunk with victory, stumbled into Nneka's house, demanding the rest of the will. Nneka held Adaora back. Leave us alone, she cried. Chinedu lunged, knocking over a lamp that ignited an oil spill. Flames raced across the floor. Adaora grabbed Chinedu's shirt and pulled him out, saving him but tearing his back. He stumbled away, clutching his wounded pride more than his blood. Nneka and Adaora watched the fire die out in puddles. The storm raged on as if the sky mourned the family's broken bond. In the hushed aftermath, Nneka dreamed again of her father's ghost. He stood on a barren hill, arms outstretched and voice like wind. "Your greed kills our legacy," he warned. "Return to love, or the land will burn." Nneka woke at dawn with tears in her eyes. She found Adaora building a wooden cross on the hill that divided their plots. Together, they placed a small offering of kola nuts and yams. The wind stilled, and they heard distant laughter, like children playing. They believed the ancestors accepted. But high above, lightning flickered along the ridge, promising one final test. At dusk, Chinedu returned with his phone, live streaming to taunt his sisters. He sprayed fuel around Adaora's cornfields and flicked a lighter. Flames roared skyward. Adaora screamed and pounded on his back. Nneka raced to pull her away, but Chinedu shoved them both. The fire spread too fast. Emeka arrived with a stream pump, blasting water at Chinedu's own boundary. Sparks flew, burning Emeka's drone and leaking oil. In the chaos, Chinedu slipped, falling into the flames. His final scream echoed across the fields. Nneka and Adaora watched in horror, powerless. The land was stained with blood, and their brother lay still among the scorched stalks. The next morning, Adaora found Nneka staring at Chinedu's charred watch in an abandoned barn. The storm had collapsed the roof. Nneka muttered about curses, about their father's ghost. Adaora shook her. "We must stop before more die." But Nneka's eyes hardened. She accused Adaora of summoning spirits. Adaora slapped her, tears falling. Nneka ran out, leaving Adaora alone with shadows. Adaora followed and saw Nneka texting frantic messages to strangers, promising land shares in exchange for help. The sisters realized that grief and guilt had turned into new schemes. The darkness in their hearts was deeper than any curse. The village council convened under electric lights in the community hall. They declared the land cursed and ordered everyone to leave their plots until peace returned. Adaora and Emeka agreed, but Nneka refused, clutching the remaining will. She proclaimed herself caretaker and threatened arrest. The council elders, alarmed, warned that if any harm came to the land spirits, they would face ancient penalties: madness, sickness, or death. Nneka sneered, calling it superstition. The hall fell silent as thunder rolled outside. Only Adaora dared whisper, "We must end this now." Under moonlight, Adaora and Emeka crept into Nneka's house, intent on retrieving the will and restoring balance. They dodged motion sensors their sister had installed, proof of her fear. Inside, the panic alarms blared when Adaora tripped a laser tripwire. Emeka smashed the console with a gavel from the shrine, and the alarms fell silent. They grabbed the will whole again, thanks to Nneka's frantic efforts to repair it. On the threshold, Nneka appeared, eyes blazing. "You'll never take this from me," she shrieked. Flashing lights from approaching police cars turned the yard blue. As police surrounded the yard, Nneka raised the will like a shield. Adaora stepped forward, voice trembling. "Please, sister, sign it for peace." Nneka's face crumpled. Behind her, Emeka dropped to one knee, offering kola nuts and yam slices. Tears welled in Nneka's eyes as she realized the cost of her pride. She took a deep breath and signed the will, this time naming Adaora as caretaker, and then collapsed. Emeka caught her as she fainted. Outside, the elders chanted blessings. The police stood down, sensing something sacred had shifted. At dawn, Adaora stood on the hill, the sun's first rays painting the scorched earth gold. In her hand was the rebuilt will, now kept in a wooden chest buried beneath newly planted yams. Nneka and Emeka joined her, hands clasped. Together they poured libations and released peace into the soil. A single, gentle firefly, a sign of the ancestors, hovered above the chest before drifting away. The wind carried soft laughter, and the land seemed to breathe. The family had walked through fire, loss, and madness, but at last their father's blessing shone bright, a promise that love can heal even the deepest wounds. Loving this story? Subscribe and like this video? Thank you.